Making them smaller and smaller all the time.
I sit here. Hey!
Let's not attract any more attention.
Why not? Are you working with him?
With him? I never saw him before.
Okay, let's go inside and find out whose purse he took and whose suitcase.
Oh, please.
Come on, come on.
All right, Mac, no tricks now. Nice work, miss. Saw you run after him, but I was up in the balcony. Took a moment to get down here, but you have him cornered.
Oh, this is my fiancé, Harrison Hartley III. And I was only running so I could be with him that much sooner.
Said some guy grabbed your suitcase and your purse.
Oh, the porter. Just the porter. He's already put my things in back. Harrison, dear, we'll be late to the reception.
Okay, here's the way I see it. My name is Harrison Hartley III. You and I are engaged. And also we're sort of late for a reception of some sort of another. Your suitcase and your bag are in the trunk. And the guy that clobbered me with the pocketbook, that's just a figment of my imagination. Actually, I'm still back there in front of the bus depot having the second cup of coffee I never got the first cup of. Dig?
I'll have it laundered.
Oh, that's okay. Keep it.
No. Tear stain, you know. High saline content. We're just a walking chemical lab. All beakers and test tubes, aren't we?
Some of us have names, too.
Jan.
Hi, Jan. I'm Buz. That was your purse he took, wasn't it? And suitcase?
With my last dime and my only toothbrush.
But don't chase him.
I can't afford to be seen. Isn't that always the way? You try to be inconspicuous. Just my stuff he had to steal.
You look like you should be in school, not at a bus depot. Are you coming or going?
I am in school. But not during Easter vacation.
No home?
Like I said to the little man behind the ticket counter, what do you recommend? What lovely one-way escapes he is selling where people are related? Where they're one.
One what?
One big, happy family.
Well, when you get there, you send me a wire and I'll grab a ticket and join you. But in the meantime, where do you call home? I mean, where can we take you?
We?
Oh, my buddy Todd. He's in there taking a short course in programming electronic digital computers. I mean, it's the latest thing. I mean, they parole him every afternoon at 4.
I don't have a home.
Well, I mean, no post office box, no landlord? And someplace where you keep your own handkerchiefs. Well, look, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. You decide where you want us to let you off, okay?
Off the pier in Santa Monica.
Hmm?
In a burlap bag, with cement blocks on his feet.
What?
That's where they'll drop him if I make one mistake.
Look, all I did was ask you where we can drop you.
He's been trying to go straight for years, but they won't let him.
They won't let him. Who's he?
But my father, he knows too much.
Well, why doesn't he tell you something about what he knows? Like, for instance, what your address is, you know?
I've got to keep moving. They're following me. They think I'll lead them to him, but they're wrong. They can drop me in the Pacific Ocean before I'll betray him.
Following you. Yeah. Look, who's following you?
The syndicate.
What syndicate? I mean, the diamond syndicate? The real estate syndicate?
The mafia.
Now, come on, huh?
My father's a Don. And you know how it is in the mafia. Once a Don, always a Don.
And do you know what they call the daughter of a Don? A kook. And of all the kooks we met in Hollywood, you take the blue ribbon.
Segmentation is the partitioning of the object program into memory loads in those cases where the memory is too small to contain all of the object coding. Now, fully automatic segmentation occurs only when the compiler itself determines the size of each memory load without indication by the user. Semi-automatic segmentation occurs when the compiler uses programmer-supplied information to determine memory loads and provides for automatic reloading when necessary. Any questions? So much for today. Tomorrow we'll start on segment points and work on the preservation of loops intact. In the meantime, remember today's lesson. Each implementer has the option of providing some type of segmentation for files and for working storage, okay? Class dismissed.
Found any answers inside?
Yeah, I'm an implementer. At least that's what they call you if you ever pass this course.
What do they call you if you flunk?
They just pull the plug and disconnect you. Then I'll know, right? I mean, business machines aren't for me, right? How'd it go with you? You sell much?
Well, it was a slow morning, but the afternoon picked up. What did you see?
Oh, Buzz, not again.
No, this is not what you think. I mean, this wasn't my fault. It's not one of my customers. I stopped to have some coffee. This guy hits me with his purse.
His purse?
Well, I mean, it wasn't his purse.
I see he was just carrying it?
No, it was Jan's. I mean, it was her purse.
Jan.
You know, her father's in the mafia, and I'm Harrison Hartley III.
Oh, but what else is new?
Well, I figure you give her a tenner. We'll take her back to the bus depot. It's the least we can do for her. She's a nice kid, but she's a kook.
She's a kook.
State Senator Ansel Emerson was reported leaving Sacramento this morning to fly home and personally supervise the search for the missing girl. Mr. Ansel Emerson has not yet been reached, although his partners in Brasilia expect to contact him momentarily in the Amazon area, where he recently contracted to build a $350 million
$250 million.
industrial complex
They always have to
for the
exaggerate.
Brazilian government. The girl was last seen
Signorina, dove abita?
Mi sono smarrito.
You sure don't look the part.
How should we look? You heard about the Appalachian Conference?
Yeah?
You know why it was called? To map strategy against my father. There's $1 million on his head.
What's for show?
Oh, you can laugh. You don't know what it is to be a mark.
Let me ask you something. What's a jug heist?
A bank job. Strictly for jug heads. Right away, you pull in the feds, and there's a flat 25-year fall if they drop you.
Well, maybe your father is a don.
Boy, I don't know where you find them. Okay, let's say you're hot. Let's say the mob is breathing down the back of your neck. I don't believe it for a second, but let's just say it. What do you want from our lives?
A hideout. Just for 3 or 4 days. Until...
Until what?
Until I can communicate with my father. Even seeing him once more before...
Okay. Okay, we'll stake you to a hotel room.
Oh, no, that's no good.
No good.
No, because then they'll find me. Maybe torture it out of me.
Torture what out of you?
Where my father is.
Well, then why don't we just take you to where your father is?
Then we'd all be killed. No, if I can hide behind you two, stay with you all the time. They'd never ever think to look for 3 people.
Maybe they've spotted us already.
No, I don't have that special feeling I get when they're near. On the back of my neck, you know? Like hackles rising. Please help me.
I don't think we can do that.
I don't blame you if you're scared. I'm scared, too.
You think this is an ordinary jacket? Bulletproof. You think this is my real head?
Solid steel. Look, we can't keep you with us. We live at the Hollywood Hills Junior Executive Club. No women. Maybe this'll help. At least you'll be able to get a room for tonight. Maybe by tomorrow...
Maybe tomorrow what? What makes tomorrow any different than today?
You better give her 210. She's pretty hard to keep in handkerchiefs.
Where can we drop you?
5th Street.
In L.A.? That's Skid Row.
I know.
A guy feels when he shoots a deer.
What else could we do?
Yeah, sure.
Of course, she only wanted to stay undercover 3 or 4 days.
Well, we can't hide her in a men's residence hall.
Especially with that outside bathroom.
I wonder why a nice-looking kid like that goes off the deep end. With a kook like that, who knows?
Jackson, how long have you been with the agency?
2 years in Hong Kong, Mr. Bear, 3 months in Beverly Hills.
Their operatives do not wear trench coats in the States, particularly not trench coats with turned-up colors. Well, stand by. We'll be on the track in a matter of minutes. They did teach you the agency motto, I presume?
Oh, nobody can hide from a bear.
A bear man.
I don't care how inconvenient it is for you. I expect you in on Thursday night's playing. Well, don't you suppose it's cut into my time, too? They're voting on my Owens Valley bill tomorrow, and I can't possibly get back to Sacramento unless Jan turns up. Oh, and I have half the campaign committee in the foyer. We were right in the middle of mapping strategy for next election when Stella called. No, of course we don't have any idea where she could have got to or why, unless... Oh, no. It's too terrible to even discuss. Stella. You know Stella. Stella's convinced she's been kidnapped. But if anyone had taken her, I would assume that Stella would have seen them, wouldn't you? And one of her suitcases is missing. Kidnappers don't usually let you pack, do they? No. No phone calls, no ransom notes. Of course, I've contacted the police and the sheriff's office and the Bear Agency. Mr. Bear himself just walked in. Yes, and the governor's pledged his full support. So has the sheriff's office. Everyone's pitching in, but... Oh, Frank, you don't think anything could possibly have happened to her? All right, honey. Please do hurry home. Thank you so much, Mr. Bear, for coming over so quickly. I see that you and Tom have already become acquainted. Now, anything you want to know, just ask. We want our child back safe and sound, no matter what we must do or how much it may cost.
I've already taken charge myself, Mrs. Emerson. Believe me, no paper will go unturned.
No paper?
We of the Bear Agency have our own unique methods. We call one of them the paper trail. You see, in our society, everyone leaves a paper trail. Birth certificates, court records, fingerprinting, doctor's files, auto registration, social security, credit cards, bank accounts, union cards. Everyone's organized. No longer any individual. All special groups. Now, cuts down the time in spotting someone. Just find their group, and there they are.
The theory sounds all right, Mr. Bear. How's the practice?
Swift, unfailing, conclusive.
But Jan's only 18. What groups does she belong to?
Sorority?
Sigma Delta?
Right there, you see. We check all of her sorority sisters. She drive?
Yes. But a car's still in the garage.
Now, that's a break. Limits her mobility, reduces our checkpoints, means she's using public conveyances, buses, trains, planes.
Then you don't think she was...
Abducted? Not a chance. None of the usual indications. Of course, there is this question. What child would deliberately leave a beautiful house like this when she had everything she could ever want right at her fingertips?
That's exactly what I said to the police.
Unless she were eloping.
Well, Jan isn't interested in any boy, not that I know of.
And any you don't know of?
Well, actually, Stella would know more about that than I do.
Stella?
A housekeeper.
Well, in any case, I'll want a recent photograph. We'll wire it to our branch cities. Our men will check hotels, boarding houses, YWCAs, and our groundwork contacts.
Groundwork contacts?
We have quite an empire of them, Mrs. Emerson. Quite a network. People in a position to watch. Laundrymen, delivery boys, meter readers, repairmen, cleaners, beauty parlor operators. Everybody is a detective at heart, you know. And we'll want a rundown of her likes, her dislikes, her hobbies, her idiosyncrasies, that sort of thing.
Stella can tell you more about that than I can. Tom, would you ring for her, please?
And we'll want her schedule from the very moment she disappeared. Which was?
Well, Stella called me in Sacramento yesterday. Apparently Jan hadn't come down for breakfast. I suppose it was yesterday. Or possibly it was the day before. Well, anyway, Stella went upstairs to see why she'd overslept. When she found that her bed hadn't been slept in and that one of her suitcases was missing, oh, Mr. Bear, Stella. He's going to find Jan for us.
Oh, signore, vi ringrazio. Per favore, ritrovateci quella bambina prima che gli accada qualche disgrazia. Per favore, il cielo vi benedirà.
Stella, now, you tell the gentleman all about Jan's little habits.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Bear. I've been advised to utilize maximum press coverage. But you stay right here. I'll take it in the foyer. You talk it all out. Tom, now you will have to advise me about the ransom money. What amount do you think will bring the fastest result? 25,000? 50,000?
No, Stella.
What I can tell you, mister, all I can say is that she's gone, that's all. And my life, she's gone too. This big house is like a tomb.
Now, Stella, we mustn't let ourselves go emotionally, must we? Stick to the paper trail. That's the ticket. And to do that, we need to know the background, all the affiliations, you see. Now, you went upstairs to find out why she didn't come down to breakfast. This was when? Yesterday?
3 days ago.
3 days? But Mrs. Emerson said you didn't call her until yesterday.
Oh, no, signore. I call her right away. As soon as I see that Jen is not here. But she's a busy woman. I cannot reach her until yesterday.
Stella Lombardi.
Yeah? Hello?
The butler didn't recognize my voice. I disguised it.
Jen, sei tu? Dove sei? Dove ti trovi? Is everything all right? Oh, Dio cielo dato. Ma Jen, what's happening? What is all this?
Oh, you mustn't worry, but you mustn't tell anyone. Promise me, Stella.
Yeah, but your mother's here and the police.
Stella, the only reason I'm calling you is so that you won't worry. But you've got to pretend you don't know I'm all right. Please try to understand. I had to do this. I had to try. It's the most important thing in the world, Stella. Now promise me you won't tell.
How long I must remain silent?
Just 3 days. If that's not enough, then...
Where do you stay?
I've met 2 nice young men. They're very nice, and they're going to help me.
All right, I wait. I wait and I pray, eh? Cara, I pray that you sleep on 4 pillows. And I tell nobody.
Thank you, Stella. I love you. Real close. I don't think anybody saw me, but let's not take any chances.
Oh, no.
Oh, here's your change. $2.30. I just spent 20 cents for the bus, plus the cost of this outfit. You like it?
Look, you gotta be kidding. You've just got to be kidding.
Well, if you had the trouble I have, you'd try anything, too. Well, what else could I do? I had to find a place to hide, and you said no women were allowed here.
Like they say, clothes don't make the man.
Look, why us?
Oh, boy.
Now, look, now, wait a minute. Don't stop crying. The walls are very thin here.
Paper thin.
Why do I always cry around you?
Well, maybe you think I'm sort of a big brother figure.
But I never cry. I'm always very happy.
Sure you are. You're just a bundle of laughs.
Okay, what do we do now?
Oh, I'm no trouble. I can sleep right here, in this chair.
Now, just a minute, young lady.
Oh,
Nobody...
Just pretend I'm another fella.
I sell them door to door.
Oh, where do I brush my teeth?
Oh, just out the door and down the hall.
Look, there's no ladies' room.
Well, you can stand guard outside.
No, that won't work. When the fellas are kept waiting, they get very impatient.
Yeah, it gets a little hairy.
Oh, it'll work. It's gotta work. Please.
Okay. Tonight, and that's it. Tomorrow, out.
But
No, I don't care what's waiting outside. Cruel world, happy world. You go out there like the rest of the people and just face right up to it.
But I need 3 days.
3 days? Look, it's settled. And look, stop giving us all this jazz about the syndicate. I mean, what do you think we are, a couple of bird brains? And anybody can see you're just a kook that's on the lam from a rock and roll record.
Look at me, Buzz. Is that what you really think I'm running away from?
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just a figure of speech. I don't know, maybe your father beat you. Who knows?
Heaven and earth was made in 6 days. What can I do in 3? Unless I can work a miracle, too. But I'll try. Believe me, I'll try.
If I'd let you sneak it in, you would have turned it off and gone right back to sleep.
Oh, let the digital computers take over. Let them run the world this time of the morning.
She sort of gets you, doesn't she? In the kid's sister department, I mean.
I just had a thought. Horrible thought. She's a minor.
She'll grow out of it. And believe me, in no time at all.
I mean, they got laws about things like that.
So she's up on a platform and we're down on the floor. It's a charity case. There's no law against keeping a kid off the street, is there?
Look, I don't care if her father's in the mafia or the Optimus. If he comes busting in here and sees this setup, he's got to start shooting. Now, when he's through, if anybody is left standing, it's going to be San Quentin for the duration.
Now you think of it?
How long has it been, Trivers, since you read your manual?
I'm sorry, sir. I guess I lost my head.
We go to a great amount of trouble and spend a good deal of money to prepare these manuals. Do you know why, Trivers?
Yes, sir.
Suppose you tell me why.
So that drivers of the Bear Agency are not unduly conspicuous. So that drivers of the Bear Agency can follow other vehicles without being easily detected. So that
Drivers of the Bear Agency are not tagged while on a tail, thus permitting a suspect to elude surveillance while said Bear driver is receiving a summons. I'll tell you what it is, Trivers. It's too much television. That's what's doing it. You men are seeing too many flamboyant examples of private detection. Bear operatives and Bear drivers do not slam on the brakes in order to make a showy entrance. I hope that's quite clear.
yes.
Thank you for your prompt call, Lieutenant. These seem to be the items she took from her closet, and this must be Weenie, her teddy bear. Goes nowhere without it, the housekeeper told me.
Yeah, and that's her purse. Money's gone, but apparently nothing else. Not too good.
Oh, on the contrary, Lieutenant, it's quite encouraging. If she'd been kidnapped, they'd have let her keep her things, to take her mind off her situation, to maintain her as close to normalcy as possible while they pressed their demands for ransom. So no, I'd say someone stole her suitcase and her bag, took what they wanted and dumped the rest here. The carelessness indicates a petty theft, a crime of opportunity, not a major felony.
Could be. Why not? Bus depot's just around the corner. She could have been buying a ticket and... Better get this stuff downtown to the lab. We'll need that, too.
Oh. Too bad. It would have made a dandy publicity photo. The Bear Agency, you know.
on, fellas, don't be impatient. Let the guy do his work.
Hey.
Only take a few minutes. Relax.
I gotta be out of here in a half hour.
Relax.
Oh, brother.
Look, what genius called the plumber at this hour?
Would you ever hear the plumbing going bad at a decent hour?
That's right.
Well, look, the whole setup can't be out of order.
Why not?
Well, there's room for a dozen men at a time in
No,
there.
no
room at all. There.
Yeah,
Certainly. All right, okay. Let them do what they have to do to whatever they have to do it to. But some of us could get in there. Look, they could work around us, couldn't they?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead. No, wait a minute. It's a complete overhaul. You know, the whole works.
That's right. Cheaper by the dozen.
Oh, that's right. You better get in line. You lose your place.
What is this?
Everything okay?
I'll take a quick look, fellas.
Wait 1 second.
Yeah, fine.
Big problem is, what do we tell him tomorrow?
There isn't going to be any tomorrow. If you just keep saying the magic word San Quentin, you'll understand why. What are you trying to do? Show your eyelashes. Put them on. And don't smile.
Well, don't boys smile?
Yes, but when boys smile, they don't look like you do when you smile. Anyway, you're going to go back to being a girl. As soon as Buzz drops me off at school, he's bringing you back here, and you're going to get your dress out of our room. What's the matter?
I took it out of the bundle. Left it hanging in your room. Hey, and my nylons.
Look, Jan, I'm afraid our deal is off.
You can't do that. You promised.
How old are you?
18. Oh, cross my heart.
Can you prove it?
My birth certificate was burned
Very handy.
in a bombing attack against our village.
What village?
Porto Empedocle, Sicily.
Now, when did this happen?
Well, it was in July of 43, and I was born in March of 42. So, what's that, 16 months? That was 16 months.
Either you're telling the truth or this country could use you in Central Intelligence. You have all the answers ready.
Then you'll let me stay?
I don't know. Reason says no, charity yes. I'll talk to Buzz.
Just 2 more days.
Well, what could happen in 2 days?
That miracle, maybe.
First station we get to, you're gonna get into these, or my name will be Harrison Hartley III.
I won't. My life, my whole life is at stake.
Trivers, a nice, smooth stop. Look around. Nobody paying any attention. Just another car stopping. Perfect anonymity.
Ordinarily, we believe in cooperating with the police. Usually the best policy. But in this case, why don't we just steal the march on them? You see, Gaxton, all this hard guy stuff, this violence you see on TV about private eyes, pure fiction. A rank canard, actually. Bear operatives use their heads. They don't push people around because bear operatives are never pushed around by people. Brains, charm, that's the ticket. Well, I'll see what Mr. Harrison Hartley has to say before we run him in and wrap up this case.
Are you all right? Are you all right, Mr. Baird?
You know, this computer inside is supposed to solve statistical problems in 1 hour that would take a man a year to do. There's just one little thing I'd like to ask you. What makes you tick? I'll be through at 4 o'clock. Just honk and the old implementer will come staggering out.
What's the subject for this morning?
Loops and contact points.
Well, have a ball.
Oh, while we're on that subject,
You know, with one of us playing the student prince, the other one has to be cutting it in the Rentsville department. Otherwise, they'll take away our rice mats at Sukiyaki. Now, are you planning to sell any lotion today, or are you just going to ring bells and collect door prizes?
I'm in there pitching all the way, Coach.
Just sell. Don't pitch.
I'll help him.
That's all I need.
I'll even write up the orders.
I'm sure it's her handwriting. Stella, what do you think?
Captain, this is Lieutenant Fielding. Well, they confirmed it. It's her writing. Yes, sir. Put him on. Lee, how are you? Well, you're in it now, boy. It's a kidnap, that's for sure. Poor kid managed to jot down a few words, sneaked out a message. Don't ask me how. Mother, they say I only have 2 more days. Pray for a miracle. Isn't that just like a woman? Sneaks out a message and all she can say is pray for a miracle. No clue about where they've taken her or anything we can sink our teeth into. Except this order form. It's standard blank. No company name, but there's a code number at the bottom. 6TPC143160. Check that out for us, will you? It's good to have you with us, you and the Bureau. We're going to need help, fast. Yeah, thanks. You say your husband's due back tomorrow, Miss Emerson?
Yes.
Well, then sit tight and stay close to the phone. We've got our wiretappings and listening posts all set. Now, when they call, try to be calm. We mustn't panic them, you understand? No panic.
Oh, I worked this block yesterday. It's no good.
What's the matter with it?
Well, too many people answered the door.
Hey, look down there. How does that look? All apartments. You can cover more territory in one spot that way.
Happen to know that the sales blank with the kidnap message was sold to your firm. Now, do you mean to tell me you don't know which of your salesmen has which sales book? All right. Now, just read slowly. Fred Harper, La Cienega to Doheny, south of Sunset to Melrose. What? Buzz Murdoch, La Brea to La Cienega, Sunset to Melrose. Check.
You're already handsome enough.
Just practicing. You see, it's all in the approach. It's that first word, the grabber, what the sales personnel call the hooker. See, you got to give them something very dynamic right here as soon as they open the door, so they don't shut it in your face. Understand?
They send you around in pairs now, Oh,
well, it sort of leaves me free. I I mean, I can save all my energy for the sales pitch and not have to worry about carrying the case around.
I like that. Good public relations.
First thing they teach us. Well, shall we get to business? Now, I got a couple of grabbers in that case there. I mean, they're the special.
I'll take a dozen. What are they?
Well, it's a face cream and perfume and body powder. Jazz like that.
Tell your friend to go somewhere and write up the order. You come inside and tell me more about your product.
We're not allowed to enter apartments. Company rule.
How do you expect me to demonstrate
He has
it?
a funny voice.
Well, he's a funny kid. Look, kid, give me the case, huh? The lady wants a dozen, and it's my job to push the product. Oh, wait, just 1 minute. I mean, just keep the same thought. I'll be right back.
There's one of their salesmen now. How about starting with him?
And a Corvette. Now, wait a minute. Now, wait just a little minute.
Look, I was just going to make a sale, not stay for breakfast.
You protect me, I protect you. I didn't like her.
All right, all right.
Buzz, I'm getting that feeling on the back of my neck. The hackle's rising.
You weren't kidding, were you? There's the big black sedan and the big wheel with the Homburg and the Ivy League trench coat.
This your car?
Who's asking?
Look, Bud, don't get tough with us.
They didn't say anything about two salesmen in one territory. What's your name?
The kid's got a bad throat.
She looks a little odd.
Oh, boy, do we owe you an apology. And all this time we had you pegged as a kook. Oh.
I think maybe I'm going to cry again.
Oh, it's all right. We shook him.
You don't understand. Because of me, you might have been shot. It makes me wonder if what I'm trying to do is worth it.
Look, Jan, there are 10 million things in this world that aren't worth it. But when a kid thinks as much about her old man as you do, well, I'm a sucker for that. You stick by your guns. Todd and I, we're in back of you all the way now.
She can't stay here, not in a dress anyway.
She's not going to.
Oh?
Well, that's what she wants to talk to us about. She's changed, Todd. You know, she's really frightened.
Look, I think we should go to the police and insist they protect her.
No, I tried that. She's got something else on her mind.
Jan, I don't know where to start apologizing. Things we said, doubting you.
Oh, please, Todd, let me do the talking. Let me try to say this, if I can. I'm a liar. A terrible, terrible liar. Lies are only fun as long as they don't hurt people. I can't lie anymore. Not to you, anyway. I've never been to Sicily. I've never even been out of Southern California. Stella told me about Porto and Empedocle and the bombings and a lot of other things. She taught me to speak Italian. And the mafia and all that gangster talk. The jug heist and the feds. I guess I just got all that from television.
What were you trying to prove?
What was all that stuff about you needed 3 more days? And who were the guys in the black limousine?
Well, just go along with me. My daddy's not back yet. Not till tomorrow night. But after what happened today, I just couldn't wait any longer. Todd, can you get me into the building tonight? Oh, not this place. The one at school, where that big machine is, the calculator.
I guess so. I know the watchman, Fergie. I can try. Why?
It's a place nobody would ever think of. I can be alone with my mother there.
Hello?
Mother?
Jan! Jan, are you all right?
Mother, I'm all right. Do you understand that? Nobody's harmed me. But if you want to see me again, this is what has to happen. You have to meet me tonight, alone, at 9 o'clock, in the Business Administration Building at UCLA. Now, there's a computing machine there. I'll be there. If you come alone, without detectives, without police, I'll be all right. But if anybody tries to arrest the people who bring me, I don't know what'll happen. Do you understand all that? Can you do it?
Oh, yes. Yes, darling, I can do it.
The ransom. What about the ransom?
The money. How much do they want?
I'll tell you that when I see you. If everything works out all right, I'll call you tomorrow. I promise.
Well, that's one side of it. Supposing everything doesn't work out all right.
You mustn't even think that.
I don't know what's going on. The door's unlocked. Fergie was supposed to meet us here and let you in. Well, good luck.
Darling, oh, don't cry. It's all right now. It's all right now. Oh, what you must have been through. Oh, what a nightmare.
It was all make-believe, Mother. It never happened. I did it deliberately. The note, the dress. I did it to shock you. There wasn't any other way.
What a contemptible and shameless thing to do.
Is it shameless to want to be loved by your mother and father? I don't care about your being a senator in Sacramento or Daddy building another city in Brazil. I want us to be together.
Jan, I thought you'd grown up more than that. You know I don't believe in smother love. Your father and I have a right to live our own lives and our own careers, just as you will have someday to yours. Maybe we've all let it happen too soon.
I still want to stay a child, Mother. Just a little while longer. For us to have a little more time together. Before I grow up and go away and become a woman. That's all I'm asking. That's the ransom. If you want me home again.
Child, I do. Daddy does. We all do.
Then show it, Mother. Oh, please show it.
What do I pay you, Gagston?
$250 a month, Mr. Bear, and expenses.
From now on, you're getting $500 a month. I mean, you were right about the trench coats. Guys in our racket need them. I mean, this is a tough, hard-hitting way to make a buck. We're in the front lines, aren't we, in the trenches?
Yes, sir.
I want an order issued to all key city branches at once. Hereafter, uniform of the day for all Bear operatives is trench coats, collars up. All right, Trivers, cut out.
here to tell me the whole family went off to Brazil and left you this crazy pad rent-free?
That's right. Well, at least till I get back anyway.
Some people have all the luck.
Hey, come on, let's go for a swim.
Not me, I'm gonna get a suntan.
This has been a Screen Gems film presentation from Columbia Pictures. Herbert B. Leonard, executive producer.